And that allows me to pivot to our very special guest. Representative James Talarico has joined us here today. He is one of our endorsed candidates running in House District 50, and we are thrilled that he is here. So yeah, let's give it up for Representative Talarico.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with y'all. We have 3 days left until the primary. Election day is on Tuesday, and so I am running around like a crazy person today to different events, and then I'm going to be door knocking all afternoon in this miserable weather. So, but we've just got a couple more days left to get as many people out to vote as possible. But I did want to stop by and say hi to y'all because of the amazing work y'all do for our state and especially for our animal friends. And prioritizing animal welfare at the state capitol is something we have to do a lot more of on both sides of the aisle. And so I'm so grateful that all of you are leading the charge on that, and was so excited to work with y'all in the last 2 sessions and looking forward to working with you again in the session in 2023. So I know some of you, but for those I don't know, my name is James Talarico. I serve as state representative for House District 52, which is based in Round Rock, southeast Williamson County. I won that seat in 2018. I was a 28-year-old former teacher who ran for office for the first time to try to get some sane education policy in this state, and was lucky enough to get elected in that first race. I won with 51% of the vote, so just barely, and was so excited to hang on to that seat in 2020. But some of you may know that every 10 years in Texas, we redraw all the district lines, and unfortunately in Texas, the politicians draw our own lines, which I think in any other industry would be seen as a clear conflict of interest. But in this state, the politicians draw their own lines. And so I was one of the victims of political gerrymandering, which is when they draw seats for partisan political gain rather than doing what's best for communities. And so I got drawn out of the seat that I had won in 2018. But thankfully, there was a seat that opened up right next door, House District 50, because my friend Celia Israel decided to move on from the Texas House and run for mayor of Austin. And so that seat opened up, and I decided to throw my hat in the ring and run for re-election there. What's nice, it's kind of serendipity, I grew up in House District 50, and so a couple days ago, my parents got to vote for me for the very first time. So if there's a silver lining to gerrymandering, that's it. And so anyway, I'm having to run a real campaign because I have to meet a bunch of new voters who don't know anything about me. And although I grew up in the area, there's a lot of folks that I don't know. And so I am personally knocking on thousands of doors. Our campaign is knocking on many more thousands beyond me, and we've gotten a wonderful reception. And part of the things we hear about on the doors are obviously things like public education and healthcare, but we have, I think, heard more and more issues of animal welfare. I think not just because it's the right thing to do and the moral thing to do, but also it's, as all of you know, necessary to fight climate change. It is now existential that we try to reduce our meat consumption and that we try to respect animals in all aspects of society. And so I am proud to say that our campaign has officially become a non-meat campaign. So we are only buying vegan products from our local vegan businesses. Some of you may know Big Nona's. They were little Nona's, and then they opened up brick and mortar, so another Big Nona's. But we just got our pizza from there today. And so the point is that I think all of us, not just policymakers, but everyone has to take personal responsibility in this effort. And y'all have done such an amazing job of elevating that. I, of course, just want to shout out my friend Bella, who is the one who first got me involved with this organization. I remember she, when she was about half that size, came and, that's right, she came and shadowed me on the House floor as a page. And so I typically you bring a young person, middle school, high school, to kind of follow you around and carry messages and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I took Bella with me, and all of a sudden, she was on the House floor, and instead of just running errands, she was convincing legislators to support this legislation that she was working on, and she was doing it better than most of my colleagues. And so I have no doubt that that very soon we're going to be all coming together to organize Bella's campaign for office, and I hope that is sooner rather than later. First, go to college and get a degree, but once you do that, run for office. But anyway, I just want to make sure I thank y'all for all of your support, not just in the campaign, which is very valuable, but also your support during the legislative session in making sure that I've got all the information I need to be able to write legislation that benefits everybody in our community, not just the people, but also our animal friends. So thank you for everything, and I look forward to working with you in 2023. Thank you all so much.